This is macOS Ken.
Not today at Apple. Apple Pay owns contactless payments and a new destination for Carpool Karaoke. It is Wednesday, the 18th of August, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get 20% off your system plus your first month free when you sign up for interactive monitoring service at simplisafecom/macOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Not today at Apple, and not the 30th of August either. One day after reports that Apple was taking registration for in-store Today at Apple classes for the end of this month, iDownload blog says, never mind. This sounds less like hitting the brakes than making a hard U-ey. Not only have Today at Apple sessions been pushed to who knows when, the company is also going harder on testing employees. Citing a report from Bloomberg, iDownload blog says there will be more testing taking place within Apple's retail and corporate sites. The report indicates that Apple is going to ramp up testing for its employees. For employees that are working from home and who are currently being tested once per week, that will change to 2 times per week moving forward. An email to Apple employees cites the emergence of more contagious variants like Delta for the increased testing. Interestingly, the piece says Apple still won't be moving to a mandate for testing or vaccinations. One wonders why, but one wonders a lot of things. Oh, yeah, Today at Apple. The latest reporting indicates that Apple has changed course on the matter and will no longer be restarting its in-person Today at Apple sessions after all. No word on when the company might make another run. New numbers around Apple Pay that are stunning, though not exactly surprising. The Mac Observer cites new data from the Pulse 2021 Debit Issuer Study. According to that, Apple Pay transactions accounted for 92% of all mobile wallet business in the U.S. in 2020. That is most of a large and growing pie. The study found that there were roughly 2 billion mobile wallet debit transactions last year, up about 51% from the year before. It almost seems silly to talk about second and third place, but why don't we anyway? Samsung was second, according to the survey, with about 5% of transactions. Google was third, with the remaining 3%, according to the report. This is another area where, ghoulish though it may sound, one would have to say that Apple's success came not despite the pandemic, but because of it. According to the Mac Observer, the COVID-19 pandemic generated a lot of dramatic changes in personal shopping patterns, including the mobile wallet business. People were shopping in person less often, and transaction sizes were larger. When we did shop in person, we attempted to minimize any contact, making Apple Pay even more appealing. Add another region to the Apple Pay roster. Apple Insider says the Cupertino company's contactless payment solution has landed in Qatar thanks to financial network integration from Qatar National Bank. The piece says Qatar is the third Middle East and North Africa country to receive Apple Pay support after the payment service went live in the United Arab Emirates in 2017 and Saudi Arabia in 2019. A bevy of betas for developers on Tuesday. iDownload blog ran a piece early in the day saying that the 6th betas of iOS 15, iPadOS 15, and tvOS 15 were out to dev types. Then a bit later in the day, Apple Insider ran a report saying the 6th beta of watchOS 8 was out to the same crew. It looks like good news, bad news in the builds. The good news, another piece from Apple Insider says it looks like people will be able to choose between the current version of Safari for iOS versus the new version Apple has planned for iOS 15. According to the report, the 6th developer beta for iOS 15 has added a toggle that reverses Apple's Safari address bar design to the iOS 14 top bar style. I stress that it looks like people will be able to choose. Apple Insider stresses that as well, saying Apple hasn't made any official announcement regarding the new Safari design. It appears the toggle is permanent, but Apple could remove it once it is satisfied with the final Safari redesign. Similar toggles have turned up in betas for iPadOS 15 and macOS Monterey, according to the report. On the bad news side, one of the more exciting features in the next round of updates will not be available at launch. And we know because Apple said so. Announced during WWDC, SharePlay lets users share experiences on FaceTime, including listening to songs together with Apple Music, watching a TV show or movie in sync, or sharing their screen to view apps together. Content providers including Disney+, Hulu, HBO Max, the NBA, TikTok, Paramount+, Twitch, and Masterclass were said to be aboard. Whether the issue is technical or has to do with finalizing rights negotiations is unclear. All Engadget knows is it's not happening on day one. According to the site, Apple has warned that SharePlay won't be available in the launch version of iOS 15, iPadOS 15, tvOS 15, and macOS Monterey. You'll get that shared viewing experience through software updates arriving this fall, but the new Beta 6 releases don't include it. Despite the absence from the betas, developers can keep working on the feature. Apple tells Engadget the developers planning to incorporate SharePlay will have access through a SharePlay profile so they can continue their work. With all this talk of new operating systems, you might think new hardware was on the way. You know what else might make you think that? A calendar. You know what else? What else? Disappearing hardware. We heard a few weeks ago that Apple Watch Series 6 Titanium was in short supply. Now it sounds like a Genesis hit. No supply at all. A piece from MacRumors says all Titanium models are unavailable for delivery or pickup and can't even be added to Apple's online store bag. The unavailability comes just weeks ahead of when we expect Apple to announce the Apple Watch Series 7 with the new design, according to MacRumors. Makes me think I am not the only one with a calendar. News of an actual software update that everybody can have right now. Well, everybody with one of this year's new Siri remotes. MacRumors says Apple has updated the firmware on the device from 9M6336 to 9M6772. What does that do? You mean besides adding 436 digits? We do, of course, not know what it does. There's no word on what's new with the Apple TV remote update, says MacRumors, adding it likely addresses minor bugs and performance issues. More news in a moment, but first a word from SimpliSafe. Whole home protection. Making people feel safe is what SimpliSafe has done for 15 years. A passion to protect people not only drives every engineering detail in its products, but it motivates every interaction with its customers as well. With SimpliSafe, there's no hard sell on stuff you don't need. You just go to their site at simplisafe.com/macOSKen and pick out either the ready-made packages or the individual elements that are right for you. Designing your own customized system is quick and easy. While you do that yourself, you're not just out there on your own. SimpliSafe has highly trained security experts ready whenever you need them, whether that's during a fire, a burglary, a medical emergency, or just when you're setting the system up. Setting up my SimpliSafe was fast and, yes, simple. Took about half an hour. No, I did not need help, but it's good to know they're there. Safety and simplicity, that's SimpliSafe. As my listener, you can save 20% on your SimpliSafe security system and get your first month free when you sign up for interactive monitoring service. Just visit simplisafe.com/macOSKen to customize your system and start protecting your home and family. SIMPLI, that's SimpliSafe. apple.com/macOScan. Is it too late for back-to-school promotions? Apple does not think so. The Mac Observer says the Cupertino company sent an email to customers Tuesday sharing some of its current back-to-college deals. That includes education discounts on hardware, including MacBook Air starting at an $899 education price, MacBook Pro starting at $1,199, and an iMac education priced at $1,249. The company is also offering a Pro Apps bundle for education, including Final Cut Pro, Compressor, Motion, Logic Pro, and MainStage for $199. Eligible parties also get a free pair of AirPods and an offer of 20% off for Apple Care Plus. What would be neat is a tidy URL. They do not have one. The easiest way to get to the offering seems to be going to apple.com/education, then tap College Students at the top of the page, then tap Shop, and start shopping. News of the next Apple Watch Activity Challenge, though, as these go, there's not a lot of activity required. MacRumors says Apple's new Apple Watch Activity Challenge is set to take place on Saturday, the 28th of August, in celebration of national parks worldwide. And you don't even have to go to a national park. Quoting Apple's call to action, let's take the day to appreciate the beauty of national parks all over the world. On the 28th of August, earn this award by recording a hike, walk, run, or wheelchair workout of a mile or 1.6 kilometers or more with any app that adds workouts to health. Folks who do so will get a virtual medallion that could commemorate any national park worldwide. They'll also get virtual animated stickers of bears and butterflies and other things that you might see in all this nature I've heard so much about. And finally today, Carpool Karaoke, the series, has been renewed, and Apple is parking it in a new spot. Formerly an Apple Music exclusive, MacRumors says the 5th season of the series will make its way to Apple TV+. Where's the show been? In quarantine. I mean, on hiatus. The piece cites a Deadline report that says the show's been idling due to the ongoing pandemic. Of course, the pandemic is still ongoing, but efforts are underway to begin production once again, according to MacRumors. Remember last year when there was no traffic? Might have been a good time to produce a show built on driving while distracted. Oh, right. Pandemic. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get 20% off your system plus your first month free when you sign up for interactive monitoring service at simplysafe.com/macOScan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.